This game is very reminiscent of Medieval. Well, it is that time of year, and I mean Halloween. October is here and Halloween is this week, so I figured when is the best time to talk about a spooky pumpkin skeleton man, a scarecrow kind of thing? Better than Halloween, there's not. So what we're going to do is talk about Pumpkin Jack on the Nintendo Switch, and this will be a comprehensive review of the game and what I think about it. Now, first off, if you are looking for a cheap game that is very good, very awesome, and it looks great, it controls great, and you don't want to spend too much money on the eShop, I feel like Pumpkin Jack is a game that you would definitely be happy with if you bought it. Now, the game isn't top-notch by any means. There's a few things I'm gonna nitpick a little bit, but I do think this game is definitely worth the price. It's definitely awesome to be playing here around Halloween, and I think overall this game is definitely a game that is definitely well worth picking up. So what do I think about Pumpkin Jack? The graphics are very simple. However, they look amazing. There's this eerie feeling to it, and I feel like that's something we like to see in games, except in, you know, Nintendo 64 games when there's way too much smoke and shadows and you just can't see anything, but that's not the case here. The Nintendo Switch version of Pumpkin Jack, which is the one I played, was a ton of fun and it looked amazing. So the first thing about games is if the art style looks good and it looks great and is fun to interact with, I definitely think that makes a game. And this quality in this category, it's very good for Pumpkin Jack. Now moving on to the sound. I know if you've watched my older videos where I review games or stuff like that, I always mention how sound and music kind of bring together a game. If a game is fun to play, but the soundtrack isn't that great, sometimes it's an often forgettable game. But if the soundtrack is amazing and the game is awesome, that soundtrack will actually make the game a little better. You'll enjoy it more. You may have that song stuck in your head over and over again. You'll think about it and it's just better off for everyone. And so when I look at a game like this, if it has these spooky Halloween vibes to it, I definitely get that with the sound, and the sound quality and the music is awesome, and I think it is definitely really cool. Now, what does it mean when you get to the gameplay? Well, first off, I want to say this game is very reminiscent of Medieval. I love that game. It came out on the PlayStation 1, it came out on the PSP, and then later there was a remake on the PlayStation 4, and that's kind of what I would expect this game to be. And honestly, it is that, but with a different spin, and it's just got its own things, and it's very fun. Now, when you go through these levels, they're very, what feel like open world kind of, you can go kind of anywhere, but they're still very linear on, you go from point A to point B to point C to D, and you get your way through the level. However, I feel like you can go about it a few different ways. You can go this way, that way, and experience the game a little bit differently, however way you go through it, which is always a ton of fun when games are like that. There is a place in the maps where you can upgrade your wardrobe, what you look like, and so you go ahead and collect like raven heads, which then count as money to the stores. So if you want to find like maybe a different outfit or look cooler, you can definitely do that while you play this game. You got to make sure you're picking up those raven head or crow heads. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but that is what it appears to be. And honestly, that's your coin-based system. I think this is a fun game. The controls are actually really good on this. They're very solid, and the only problem I have with it is something you can fix, so it's not really that big of a problem, and that is the camera movement. Now, when you move it regularly, it's not as swift and it's not as quick and fun to play that way. However, if you go into the options and you increase the sensitivity of the camera, it just makes this game an all-around better game, and I'm glad that they allowed you to do that. Now, some games just don't let you do that and it's not worth it, but the games that take their time to allow you to control sensitivity are always better games in my eyes because the developers thought about that. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much to the people who developed this. Now, getting into who developed it, One guy actually developed this game, and then another guy helped port it, and so I'm thankful. Thank you both. This is an amazing game, and I have so much fun with it. And I wanted to bring this out to you guys, all my audience members, and let you know what I think about this game. Is this game fun? Yes. Is it on the Nintendo Switch? Yes, it's totally awesome. I did get a review code for this, so I didn't pay for it, but I did have a ton of fun playing this. So will I come back and play this game more? Yes, and here's why. First off, the combat is a ton of fun. It's not lame when you think of it. It's got some like where you can control the crow and he can go and fly and attack other creatures. There's points where you get swords and shovels and all these different weapons, and you've got different kind of abilities with your attack mode. When you get those, like you spin around and can basically destroy enemies. There's a really weird section where you change from Pumpkin Jack as like what is like a scarecrow with a head or skeleton kind of guy into just the head with like tentacles. And there's like little parts of the levels where you're just the head with tentacles, and you have to do certain things in order to get to the next point, and that it's mind-blowing. It's weird, but it's still kind of fun and awesome. It brings something fresh and new to this, and I feel like it's perfect, because if they didn't throw in that little bit of extra stuff, I feel like the levels would probably be monotonous. You're just platforming through, which, I mean, has been done by tons of games. It's awesome. I love the kind of the creativity to get around that and make this game still a ton of fun. And so that is why I think this game is definitely well worth it. You can go ahead and play this game and have some fun. It's about 6 to 8 hours long, depending on how you take. But honestly, it's a totally fun game. Now, there's platforming, like I said. Some parts of the platforming is faster than the others, and sometimes it's like slowed down. It just depends on the mood, and I feel like the music and everything around it really builds up and goes with the faster moments. It slows down when the game slows down, and I feel like it's just totally amazing. So, should you pick up Pumpkin Jack on the Nintendo Switch? Yes. If you like Halloween games, pick it up. If you like medieval, pick it up. If you like spooky games, pick it up. If you like indie titles with cool graphics, I definitely think this is one you should pick up. It's a simplistic style, but it's still cartoony enough to where it looks good, and it's something. Honestly, these types of games with this art style are games that I prefer, and so I think that is totally awesome. So I want to know what you think. Have you heard of this game? Have you played it? Comment down below and let me know what you think about it. But overall, I think this is a must-have. If you've got the Nintendo Switch and you've got a few bucks to spare and you like Halloween games, pick this up. It's a ton of fun. I've been playing it and really, really enjoying it. So if you like this video, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. And let me know what you think about this game as well. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you know when I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And one more time, thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, down below is links in the description to a ton of different things. Go check that out if you are interested. I've got a new link tree that has everything combined into one. So check that out if you are interested at all. But one more time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.